destroyed without even knowing what happened. So I guess I should try this, give it a try to Lunatic, see how it goes. But yeah, it really hurts when you see that all the practice that you just did goes to the dumpster when one spell card that you really practice a lot, you end up failing it or something like that. Because it's like, wow, alright, guess that practice wasn't so useful. I mean, it is what it is. You can't get good any other way. So the good thing here is that I can at least use bombs. There's that. And I didn't practice Kaguya, now that I think about it. But the question is, do I need to practice her? That's the real question. Because maybe I don't, and maybe I do. Also, the problem with practicing stage 3 so much, like the stage 3 boss, is that obviously the stage 3 boss changes depending on which character you pick. So sometimes, I mean, it's obviously useful if you're gonna do it with this character, and I am gonna try to do Lunatic with this character, but if you try with any other character, basically all this practice is useless. Alright. So I really hope, because I didn't practice Kaguya at all, but I don't think there is much to practice, because even if I get killed, the patterns are pretty straightforward. Like, doesn't seem like there is a specific rule to follow. Like, if you get hit, it's because you just couldn't keep up. I don't think they have a clear strategy. Especially with the RNG on those stars. Yeah, as I said, if you get hit there, it's not like any amount of practice might save that one. It's either you dodge it or you don't. It's not 100%. And her last one was... which one? Oh, this one. See, this one can be pretty hard because of the damn white stars. Obviously. And I don't know if I should call them complete RNG, because I'm not sure if they are completely RNG, but maybe they are, I don't know. Oh, I didn't see this spell card in Lunatic. In normal this was really easy. That's probably not gonna be the case here on Lunatic though. Well, now we have 5 bamboo trees instead of only 4, like it was in normal, but it doesn't change that much. It still has that easy pattern that you can follow without much trouble. So there is that. Wait. Oh. For a second there I thought that I fucked up and I picked practice mode on the first stage. I would have been pretty disappointed in myself if that was the case. But thankfully no, that wasn't the case. Uh-oh. problems. Okay, calm down. Oof, we're fine. At least we should be fine. At least with the first stages, even if you're playing on Lunatic, you can still take your time to kill the enemies to get the die meter. Gotcha. Damn, when I say that my memory isn't good, I'm really not joking. For example, I didn't remember this is the spell card that came right here. I mean, once I see it, yeah, I remember how the spell card is, but like, I didn't remember it was gonna come there. That's the funny part. Well, more than funny, the fucked up part. Especially after practicing a lot. Like, really? You can't remember that? Are you that dumb? Yep, seems like I am. Alright. Alright. That's a lot of dying items right there. In total, 311. Pretty nice. So let's see what you have. Ah, god damn it. I went too much to the right there. Gotcha. Okay, so this non-spell. Pretty specific. Oh, and I fucked up again by dodging it this way. Instead of dodging it on the opposite way. But hey, it worked. It worked. Okay. Okay, just don't fuck up a spell card like this. That's all I'm asking, Gabby, please. Don't fuck up a spell card like this. Fucking up other spell cards, that's alright, but not this one. This one is unfuckable up. Yeah, that's not an expression, but it's okay. Alright, it seems like practice paid off against this boss. Against this specific boss, it seems that practice actually paid off. So I'm glad that that's the case. This one is optional, so it doesn't really matter. I can definitely imagine if you're playing for score, you most likely want to make sure you capture those last words. Because I'm pretty sure that the bonus they give you is pretty big, at least compared to normal spell card bonuses, obviously. So this stage 3 is against Kane and Moko. We will see what they have to offer. Sadly, as much as I want to, I don't think I can reach the required dying criteria for the last word. I really would like to get to it. Seems like I just can't reach it. This one, fuck. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's way more scary than an actual run, like, for sure. Are you supposed to die those fairies? Or are you just supposed to kill them whenever you get the opportunity? It doesn't seem like you can die them. At least not with those fairies, they don't make it in time. That's an it's 10. Here comes Kanan. What was your mid-boss spell? This one. I guess if you pay attention to the circle bullets, it's not that bad of a spell. You gotta pay attention to it. It's not enough. You need 450 there. I wasn't even close. Like, you really have to practice the stages a lot if you want to get them. So let's see. That bomb was not necessary, but I panicked. Damn it, probably would have gotten that non-spell, but whatever. And the fact that I can capture that spell card is amazing. What was... oh, this one, fuck. Well, this one is probably gonna get bombed, because this RNGs probably get on my ass. Or not, damn. Another capture. Okay. Oh, and this is definitely gonna get bombed. This beauty is gonna get bombed so bad that the most beautiful thing is how much is gonna get bombed. There we go. Man, now I can confidently say that practice paid off. Like, these first 3 stages were amazing. Like, and you know, obviously I didn't practice that much the later stages, but the thing is, if you do well on the very first stages, there is a chance that you can choose Resource Tank the rest. Obviously, it depends. Especially it depends on how much you screw it up. But if you do well on the first stages, you can definitely Resource Tank the rest. But you gotta be pretty careful. That's for sure. Especially because these stages are incredibly dangerous. Especially on Lunatic, for sure. So you can see I've been forced to bomb. At least Yukari bomb, you know, stays for a long time. So at least you can do that. Yeah, practice is good, obviously. I mean, it's pretty good. The problem with practice is that, as I said before, sometimes, you know, you think you really got it because you did it a lot of times in practice mode and you could, for example, capture a spell card every single time, and then you go to a real run and you die. So when that happens, it's obviously pretty disheartening, but sadly there's nothing to do there. Like, you just gotta keep trying. That's the problem. It's pretty tough. It's obviously something that is pretty tough, and there really isn't much you can do other than, well, keep trying, of course. So for this one, I'm still not sure if I want to kill them with Reimu or if I want to obliterate them with Yukari. I think I'm gonna go with Reimu and see how it goes. I mean, after all, Reimu does a pretty good show at killing enemies like this. It still can be pretty dangerous, obviously, but we will see what happens. Oh fuck! That's the Black Fairy that someone was mentioning the other day, and I fucked it up. You're supposed to wait until that Black Fairy goes down. I don't know what the requirement is though. At least you're not gonna get hit here. But yeah, I really don't know what the requirement to summon that Black Fairy is, but I got an achievement out of that. Interesting. So that Black Fairy exists. It wasn't a legend, but I don't know how I did it, honestly. Well, that's what is supposed to give you a lot of dying to get the last word of this character. Yeah, Sneaky Fairy. Okay, so what about this boss? I'm about to get an extra life. I only have one bomb though, so we gotta be careful. Oh, I got pretty close. This song is so good. I underestimated this song at the beginning, but it's so good. It's such an amazing song. Can't believe I underestimated this song so much. Okay, now I'm actually out of bombs. So let's not forget about that. Doesn't seem like I can get another one before dying, so it is what it is. Wow, I thought I got killed there. It was actually the capture effect. Oh, that's so bad. I almost got that non-spell. But as you can see, that was my first death in the whole run. Just to let you know how good practicing actually is. That's just proof right there. I mean, I don't think you need proof. I think you already knew that, but in case you had doubts, in case you think you need to be some kind of prodigy or something like that to be able to get good, you don't. You just gotta practice and practice and practice, and then after you're done practice, you practice more. Sadly, there is no secret technique that you can use to get good at Touhou. I wish there was, but no. Well, unless practicing is the secret technique, which in that case, yes, that's what you gotta do. Obviously, that still doesn't mean that I might even be ready for the 1 queen clear. I might still need to practice even more. But that just adds to the explanation, right? Once you practice what you do, practice more, pretty much. Playing something before playing it makes you play better. Yeah, pretty much. You gotta practice. That's how it is. I know, it's crazy, but it works. It works. Sometimes it might not seem like it works. Sometimes it might be like, are you sure? Am I really getting better? Or am I just not doing shit? No, you are getting better. Sometimes you get better, you know, at a pretty slow pace, but eventually you should get better. But there is a second element to practice, which is patience. You need patience. Yeah, fascinating, I know, it is pretty fascinating. Just remember that. And then there is obviously something that a lot of people overlook, but you know, and probably one of the reasons why so many people struggle that much. You know, practicing is good if you want to get something, you know, if you want to be able to get an objective on one of these games. But what's more important than practicing is knowing if you're having fun. Because if you're not having fun, there is no point in practicing. Because that's the real secret. If you force yourself to practice something that you're not having fun playing, then you're most likely not gonna get that, like, results that are that good, right? That's because you're forcing yourself to do something that you don't want to do. Feel me? And a lot of people I've seen that try hard games like Touhou or Osu, for example, as an example, obviously, right? And they are like, damn, I can get good even though I'm practicing every day. And sometimes it's not about how much you're practicing or, you know, how you're practicing. It's more about if you really want to do it. So for example, I figured out when I was playing Osu, because believe it or not, I was an Osu player. I was actually a dirty Osu player before. And I realized at some point that I wasn't having fun, so instead of just torturing myself, getting sad with how I wasn't improving, I just decided to stop playing it. And that was the best decision that I could have taken in a game like that. So yeah. And the same can happen with Touhou. Maybe Touhou is not your thing. Maybe you're not enjoying playing it. And you're just forcing yourself through it. So yeah. Don't forget that either. Alright, so the current situation, it's 6 lives at the stage 5 boss. That sounds pretty good, but the problem here is this boss is incredibly hard. Again, as I said before, probably the hardest boss in the game. So we gotta be careful with this girl. She doesn't give a shit about your safety. You can just find that out by looking at this fucking non-spell. So yeah. Didn't have any bombs there, so that death was inevitable. Or rather, it would have been inevitable if I could have dodged shit. But, you know, it's a hard non-spell. What can I do? So this one... Oh! We learned this one. This one is static. Except for the end, everything about this spell is static. The problem is... what was the way of dodging it? Do I remember it? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Practice, guys. Practice. That's what that is. That's practice. Nothing else. No, that's not talent. That's hard work. Hard work. Not talent. This is one of those spellcars that can go eat a dick, honestly. See, and obviously sometimes, as you can see here, no matter how much you practice some things, they are still gonna be too hard. But thankfully there is some room for error in these games. Usually that room for error is represented by bombs or different kinds of resources, obviously, of survival mechanisms, right? Well, lives are also something like that, right? Lives give you some room for error, obviously. I mean, you don't have to be perfect. None at all. Okay, so for this one, I don't give a shit about this one. I probably have to bomb twice for a spell card like this, sadly, as much as I don't want to. Or not, okay, only once works. So I have 2 bombs. This spell card. This spell card should be fine, I think. Yep, that spell card is fine. Alright, man. Look at that, look at the difference. Last time I reached the last stage, I had no lives and 1 bomb. And look at that now. 4 lives and 2 bombs. And what was the difference between the previous run and this one? Yes, you guessed it right. Practice. So don't forget about it. Practice is super important. Now, if you let these green things get out, the real issue with that is that they are gonna explode and they are still gonna shoot those revenge bullets. But it's better than actually having those revenge bullets get fired up in your face. So it's better to do it this way if you just want to survive. Obviously, if you want to score, that's a terrible idea. But yeah, we don't want to score here. Or at least I don't want to score here. Not yet, at least. So I think we are gonna need to do some scoring strats if we actually want to get some of the achievements of this game. Yeah, that bomb... I don't think that bomb was really necessary, but it is what it is. You could probably get so many life meter out of that if you do it properly instead of doing it like I'm doing it. But whatever. Whew. That's pretty nice. You can get a ton of life meter from these enemies right here. As you can see. I almost get another extra life, which I'm gonna get during the fight. So 4 lives and 1 Bob. One Bob. Bob the Builder. No, 4 extra lives and 1 bomb. This is done. I mean, I'm a little bit unfamiliar with this fight on Lunatic since I basically never finish it, but I mean, should it be that big of a deal? Maybe. I don't know. Let's find out. Oh. I mean, to bomb the first none. Well, the first spell is a survival. Well, honestly, here's the thing. The hardest part about this fight, as you might already know, is the last spell. The last spell is pretty hard, and just like it follows the tradition, you cannot bomb it. Or rather, you can bomb it, but you're not gonna deal any damage out of it. That's the issue. And, you know, no matter how many resources you have, it doesn't really matter if you're gonna just bomb, and bomb. A lot of people compare it to Mountain of Fate last spell, and it actually has some resemblance in a lot of ways. Not only in the shape of the bullets, but also the fact that that spell card, basically, if you are playing on Lunatic, Mountain of Fate, like, you can have like 3 lives or 2 lives, and it doesn't matter, because you can basically just get stuck there bombing again and again, and you're just gonna burn all of your resources without dealing any damage, and you die, pretty much. Oh, this is the spell card that is gonna give me the extra life. There we go. Pew pew. Ah, we're a run ending on Starbow Break. Let's hope this one clears. I also hope this one clears. I will dedicate this one to you, Yannick, if this one clears. Alright, thankfully we can still bomb the spell cards before the last one. That's the good thing. Gotcha. Oh, this is the one where the shards go. I forgot about this spell. What was this spell about? Really forgot. Oh, I remember it. It's just that Yeah, I remember playing this one on normal. On normal it's pretty different. In fact, I don't even know if I should say that in normal this spell card is easier. I'm not even sure if that's the case. So this is the last spell card. We have 3 lives that we cannot sleep on this one. Not only it's hard, but it's also inconsistent considering that your speed constantly changes. Well, that's pretty interesting. Oh shit. Wow, 5 rows instead of 4. Okay. Damn, this is gonna be a problem. For sure. Even though I personally think I should be able to resource tank this, you never know. Whew! Him. Basically Sonic the Hedgehog right here. Running around at the speed of light. Or at the speed of sound. I think it was at the speed of sound. Come on, correct me on that one. Alright, that's it. Chishi. Well, there you go. Yeah, high speed dodging. Alright. Lunatic 1 coin clear finally. We've been pretty close to the 10 million. Pretty close, but not, well, not 10 million. 10,000 million. Also known as 10 billion. But yeah. Just like that. Yep. Good shit. That one is for you, Yannick. That one. That Lunatic 1 coin clear right there is for you. And you know, I'm obviously gonna highlight this and everything, but you know what will be even better to highlight? All of the practice that I did to get there. That's what matters. Because, sure, having only this, having only the run is, you know, pretty nice and everything, but that wouldn't have been possible if I haven't farmed on spell practice all those spells from stage 2 and 3. Like, it wouldn't be possible. And also some spells from stage 5. She thanks. That was pretty good. Well, finally, it's there. The Lunatic 1 coin clear. Well, now I kinda wanna dedicate myself to do the extra, because, you know, basically the other time when I was, the good in ending, basically the other time while I was doing extra, with Marisa, I didn't capture any spell card except for the first survival. All of the other spell cards I bombed. So there is a lot to practice on the extra stage. Like, the extra stage is being excessively hard for me. So, and you know that I like doing extra stage no bombs, right? I like doing no bombs. So I really feel like I should do that. I should practice it a lot. Is this a canon game? No, this is a fun game. This is a fun game that was released a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago, and a pretty high quality one at that. Like, I'm really not exaggerating when I say that this is probably the only fun game that I can look Danmaku-wise as an equal to the official games. Like, I like a lot of fun games that I play, but I feel like this is the only one that I can put next to the official games. It really is the only one. As much as I like Fantastic Danmaku Festival, I still don't think that game could be put next to an official game. This one seems to hold its own incredibly well against an official game. And not only that, it has so many mechanics, so many features that I wish they were in the official games. Basically, one of them is having no power to worry about, you're always full power. And the other thing being basically the fact that you have non-spell practice, boss practice, spell practice, and mid-boss practice. That's so good. that was the Lunatic 1 coin clear with Reimu and Yukari, so good stuff.